Africa, the elders say a stepmother's love can be sweet, or it can be poison. What I am about to tell you is not just a story. It happened to me, and
I woke up and could not breathe. Something pressed down on me, heavy, like a grinding stone. When I opened my eyes, I saw her, my stepmother. She was sitting on my chest. Her hand covered my mouth. Her eyes were glowing in the dark like burning coal. She leaned down close and whispered words I did not know. The words were not from church. They were not from school. They were not words I had ever heard before, but they made my body freeze. That was the night I knew she was not only a wicked woman. That was the night I knew she was something else. I grew up in a small Igbo village. My mother died when I was still small, so small I cannot remember her voice. It was just me, my little sister, and my father. For many years, my father stayed single. He raised us alone. But people in the village whispered. They said no man can live long without a woman in his home. They said children cannot grow well without a woman to guide them. And after some time, my father listened. He remarried. The woman he brought home was beautiful. She came from another town, far away. When she first arrived, she smiled and greeted everyone, and people praised my father. They said, "Ah, you have done well. This is a good wife." But her smile never reached her eyes. When my father was not looking, she would give me and my sister a look I cannot forget. A look that was not love. A look that was hunger. In our village, the elders say, when a woman whispers to the fire at night, do not watch. If you watch, your spirit will not rest. I never understood that proverb, until I began living with her. At night, I would hear her outside. She would sit by the fire, whispering. I saw her drop pieces of meat, yam, even kola nut into the flames. As the food touched the fire, she whispered names. Sometimes the fire would burn with no smoke at all, as if it was eating the food like a living thing. The first time I asked her what she was doing, she slapped me so hard I fell to the ground. She leaned over me and said, "Children who talk too much do not live long." From that day, I kept quiet. But I kept watching. Soon, neighbors began whispering too. One old woman, Mama Ngozi, stopped me one evening and pulled me aside. She lowered her voice and said, "Your father has married into a house that is not clean. Open your eyes, child. Open your eyes." I did not know what she meant. But her words planted fear inside me. Small things began happening. Our chickens died in the night, one after the other. Their bodies stiff, their eyes wide open, staring like they had seen something we could not see. At night, I saw shadows moving behind the trees, though no one was there. I heard footsteps when I was alone. My little sister began waking up screaming. She said she saw a tall woman with no face standing by her bed. My stepmother would only say, "Keep quiet and sleep." Then came the dreams. I started dreaming of her. In the dream, she stood under the big tree in the compound, the oldest tree, the one the elders said was there before the village was even born. In the dream, she, like something alive, was breathing beneath the soil. My chest grew heavy, though she was far away from me. I could not understand, but I knew it was not ordinary. The next day, my little sister fell sick. She coughed until her throat was raw. She became weak and tired. At night, she said the faceless woman kept calling her name. When my father returned, I begged him to listen. He shook his head. He said, "Children imagine too much. Stop bringing fear into this house." He did not want to hear anything bad about his new wife. Then came the terrible night. I woke up and my sister was gone. I searched the room, then the house, then the compound. My heart pounded like a drum. And then I saw her. She was standing barefoot under the big tree, her eyes wide open, but her face blank, as if she was asleep with her eyes open. Behind her was my stepmother. She was humming. A low, steady hum, like a song from another world. She raised her hands like she was guiding my sister. When she saw me, she stopped humming and stared straight at me. "Go back inside," she said. Her voice was calm. But her eyes told me she meant it. "If you stay, you will join her." Her words froze me. My legs shook, but somehow I reached forward, grabbed my sister's hand, and pulled her back inside. My stepmother only smiled. And then she turned back to the tree. But the worst night came later. The night I told you about in the beginning. I woke up in the dark, struggling to breathe. My stepmother was sitting on my chest, pressing me down. Her eyes glowed like fire. Her hand covered my mouth. She whispered words I did not understand. My body was frozen. My heart pounded so hard I thought it would burst. I thought I would die. And then, suddenly, she stood. She did not open the door. She did not walk. She glided like smoke out of the room. I gasped for air, tears streaming down my face. I turned and saw my sister in the corner. She was awake. She had seen it all. With a trembling voice, she said, "She didn't open the door. She just walked through it." From that night, I never slept deeply again. I would lie half awake, waiting, listening. I never told my father the full truth. How could I? He would never believe me. He loved her too much. But even now, years later, I still carry the fear with me. Sometimes, when I am asleep, I feel the same weight pressing on my chest. I wake up gasping, certain I can hear her humming in the dark. The elders say, some spirits tie themselves to families. Even if you run, they will follow. Maybe it is only in my head. Maybe not. But I know one thing. I will never go back to that house. Because if I do not think I will come out alive.